Woohoo.
Elvira, hi, hello, hello. So happy for you to be part of this High Vibe Life series. Thanks for being here, and I'm gonna go right into it. Elvira Hopper, everyone, meet her. I love that you're in the kitchen because we're gonna be having like this kitchen table conversation
Cool.
about raising our vibe, right? So,
Yeah.
for those of you who don't know Elvira often talks about how she lives this life of going from inauthentic crap to an inauthentic crab magnet to becoming a miracle magnet. And now, before she lived this imposter healthcare career for over 27 years, where she really just wanted to please, her family, but it was completely inauthentic to her. And then she, had her own transformation and went after her dreams. And now she is a coach. She is an artistic healer. She even started going after her dream to become a singer at what age?
I became professional jazz singer at 51. Yeah.
That's amazing. That's
I'm
amazing.
57 this year, so I've been doing it about 6 years now. Yeah.
That's amazing. So, that's one of actually the stories I would love for you to share, because there are many listeners, I'm guessing, that may have a little dream inside of them
Mm.
that they're like, well, I'm too old and it's too late for me, right?
Yeah.
And maybe, it's just not my time. I don't think I'll have to wait till my next life to go for that dream. Actually, sometimes I say
No.
that. I think I'm just being like really authentic because I have these moments where I'm like, oh, I think I gotta wait till my next life, right? And do you relate? Like, can you think of moments maybe years ago when you had those thoughts? You're like, well, maybe one day, someday. I don't know if it's ever gonna happen this lifetime.
Mm. Well, you know what? It's interesting. Just on that point, I think I had loved singing my whole life. As a little girl, I was shut down. I was told, you can't be an artist. Those, basically good girls weren't singers and that sort of thing. That's the messaging I got as a kid. And there's a bit of a longer story I sent you, but suffice it to say that I always loved to sing. Like my mom said you sang coming out of the womb, and my father was an amazing tenor. My aunt was an amazing opera singer, and neither one of them did anything big with their music because that was the mindset back then, that good people did good jobs and they took care of their families and they did stable, income, as opposed to being an artist, expressing yourself fully. And I believe that is a secret to us living our most, our biggest, most high vibe, mentally healthy life is when we're fully expressed. And so I lived like a crap magnet for so many years because I wasn't allowed to be an artist. It was laughed at. It was frowned upon. So I became this healthcare professional, first a lab tech working in a hospital for 7 years. I wanted to slit my wrists after 7 years. And I ended up in pharmaceutical sales for 20. And, my happiest times, going back to your question, my happiest times, Bonnie, were when I was at national sales meetings, this 6-figure award-winning pharmaceutical rep. But my happiest times were when I was at national sales meetings and we got to sing karaoke. Those were my happiest times. So, and when I got on stage, people really responded and they said, you should do this professionally. And I'm thinking, what are they talking about? I'm just a crappy karaoke singer. But because they picked up something in me, and this is what I love about coaching, is like when you have an interest and someone recognizes it, you can move towards your dream. And so I was supported by my pharmaceutical colleagues. I took some lessons. I took lessons for about 10 years, I think, off and on, just like, Saturday morning lessons. And then it was, when I had my blessed breakdown at the end of my pharmaceutical career, which was my catalyst out, depression, anxiety, panic disorder at my lowest. I said, wow, give me a way out of this hell or give me a way of killing myself. A way out that's not drugs, that's not therapy. So when I left it and started loving my vibe, doing all the things that are in my system that I downloaded, that I was divinely gifted with, right? Nothing else helped me out of my darkness except for that. So that my Catholic faith at the time didn't help me. Landmark education didn't help me, although it was great. It didn't help me get out of this slump. Anthony Robbins, God bless him, his work didn't help me. The only thing that helped me was my system. And it helped me to leave behind this inauthentic crap magnet life to become an authentic miracle magnet. And what was one of the miracles? I became a professional jazz singer at 51. I got out of my own effing way, as I like to say. Have you heard me sing my tagline, Bonnie? My tagline?
No.
Okay, can I sing it for you right now?
Yeah, sure, sing it, yes.
It's perfect right now. Okay, a 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3. Get out of your own effing way. A miracle life. Oh, wait, yeah. That's what I did. Thank you. That's what I did. I literally got out of my own effing way. And what does effing stand for? Well, it could be what you think it is, but I say it stands for fear and ego. Your fear and your ego keep you small and safe, but also it keeps you small and safe and unhappy and depressed and anxious. I mean, I had all those things because I wasn't fully expressed. So my father and my aunt, they died with their music still in them, Bonnie, because they did not have the mindset to break free of the old mindset of good people are not artists. Only shady people are artists, you know? And so they couldn't do it because of their mindset. I broke free of that and I was able to do it. So I'm here to say, whatever dream is in you, it's in you for a reason. And you need to become the person that can achieve that dream. That's what I truly believe. So, yeah. Does that answer your question?
Yeah. Wow.
Okay.
Yeah. And I witnessed your journey too, right? I was at your first show, as a professional jazz singer.
I worked on, you were there. I worked on world-class jazz stages with award-winning artists. And I honestly don't work a day in my life because everything I do now is pure joy. And I make money from doing the things that I love. And that's what
the entire world, right? What if our entire city are in that same space, right? Where they go to work, but it doesn't feel like work. Yeah. What if we can actually raise the vibration and help everybody have the same conversation as you are? They go to work, they do their singing or they do their writing or they show up at the office and they're like, you know what, this is exactly where I need to be. And, that's kind of one of my intentions is to support everyone around me, our communities, to really just help them raise their vibration. And I actually love for you to define what high vibration means. Because, it is a word and a phrase that's a catchphrase now. But to you, and your experience working with various clients, right? What does that mean? And as you were sharing your story, I actually recently met a woman who she got out of her job and she's actually on a sabbatical or leave of absence, right? So I said, so you're going to go back to your job? And she's like, oh no, it felt like prison, it was that bad. Yeah. She's like, I'm not going back to prison, right? And the fact is, I know that many listeners may be in that place right now. They may be in that place, right? So what is it? First, number one is define what is high vibration. And then number two is how can someone shift their mindset to start getting out of prison?
Yeah, that's a great question. So what is high vibe? So high vibe is basically, if you think about the law of attraction, right? So the law of attraction, I explain it this simply. You want to be a crap magnet or you want to be a miracle magnet? You choose. So wherever you choose to put your focus on, your thoughts, your conversations, the people in your life, the things that you do, they carry a vibration. This is not woo-woo. This is actual science. A gentleman by the name of Dr. David Hawkins wrote a book called Power versus Force. And in this book, he talks about how every emotion carries with it a different vibration. It can actually be measured. So depending on where we are, if we're in despair and guilt and anger and depression and all those those, low vibration states, we're going to attract crap, right? Whereas if you shift over to making your life about gratitude, one of the big things that you do, gratitude, love, right behind you and right behind me, gratitude, love, joy, connection, community. There's so many beautiful high vibration states to be in. Well, guess what? You start attracting miracles, because what do miracles look like? They're your heart's desire, that you think, oh my God, I can't believe that happened. Well, guess what? You helped that to happen, because how you showed up vibrationally, you attracted that to you. So I live my life in this high vibe state. I actually teach it online, how to get there. And it's a beautiful state to live in. It's an authentic state. It's your higher self state, because we all have two selves, right? We have our lower self and our higher self. And when we live as our higher self, we are in a high vibration. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure. And I like to, if this is, a conversation that's really new to somebody who's listening and watching right now, like, what are some first steps that are really easy to start raising your vibration? Because, I do come across those people who are really, really stuck in a low place where everything's just not working for them, right? Their boss, they hate their boss, and money's just not working, and there's a leak in the roof, right? Everything's the crap magnet happening.
They're crap magnets.
So how do you even stop? How do you stop the crap and then start shifting, right? Because right now you're already in your flow, but some people are not even at that transition point. So how do we transition them over?
You know what? That is a great question, Bonnie. And I was there, and you know my story. 2 years of depression, anxiety, panic disorder, suicidal ideation, because I was living so out of alignment with my true self. I was a crap magnet because I had a bully at work, and I attracted another bully socially, and I was in this dark place of being a victim of adult bullying. And the way I explain it is, when you live out of alignment, you are like a freshly planted tree, and any wind can blow you away. And that's why bullies bully you, because they basically see a sign on your back that says, kick me, because you're bullyable, right? Because you're a freshly planted tree. Depression can hit, anxiety, even people even admit to creating their own cancer because of their mindset, being in such a low vibration. And this is what can happen when we're out of alignment. And so, I just want people to be aware that this is a thing. Just have awareness that your vibration attracts either crap or miracles. And now it's your job to do something about it. You have it in you to do it. Because, oh gosh, if I could do it with my mental health genetics, because my dad, he was in a dark place because he did not live self-actualized as a tenor. He lived as a crap magnet, and he got bullied at work. He had a mental breakdown, and he had to go on meds the rest of his life. He didn't know anything else, right? But anyone listening today can know better. They know that there's something for them. Even if it's just picking up a book, The Secret, by Rhonda Byrne, or watching the movie, or, I've got a freebie online, and you can examine the work that I do if you wish as well. And people like you're doing the work as well. There's so many of us here to serve as light workers. We're raising the vibration of the planet by educating people and letting them know that there's better. They don't have to stay stuck. They can get unstuck. So it's just a question of saying, you know what? I'm better than this. That's actually one of the teachings in my course. You have an IBTT moment, and it stands for I'm better than this. And it's simply going, okay, I can't live like this anymore. What can I do now, right? So everyone has to have that moment where they know that they're better than this, and they can't live like they're living anymore. And that is the spark to escaping that darkness.
IBTT, I know better than this.
I'm better than this. I'm better than this. Yeah.
I'm better than
at my lowest. At my lowest, I said, was I brought here to just be a crap magnet, be bullied, and suffer depression, anxiety, panic disorder, and die? Or am I here for another reason?
No.
Thank God I decided to believe the second, right? So, yeah.
So yeah, I heard like a couple of really great things that you just said. And I totally am in alignment with your advice, right? So the first piece is awareness and being open to the awareness, right?
Yes.
Instead of being like a victim and being stuck with, oh, you know, life is just unfair to me.
Yeah.
Instead, we are for and open to, hey, you know what? These are just little symbols, and I'm seeing the light, and it's actually possible.
Yeah.
So having awareness of your problem and then start like seeking for solutions, right? And I love that you're saying, you know, I mean, if someone is listening to us right now at this moment, they're open.
Yes.
They're open-minded already. So, you know, things are already opening up. And, you know, for me, even though I'm at the stage where I also live a very high vibe life, right? Like things, miracles happen all the time. Like the word miracle didn't exist in my vocabulary before. Now I'm like, wow, like it just shows up, right? And it's possible. And I would love to like have other people see the same, that they can experience miracles.
Yeah, absolutely.
So good. And then the other thing that I heard you do is belief. Like the word believe is so important too, right? Like that, you know, that it's like trust and faith and like having the belief that it is possible to go from the crap to miracles.
Yes, yes, absolutely. We create our reality with our thoughts, with who we choose to be around, and encourage. Like, so the teaching that I'm going to gift to everyone is basically learning to surround yourself with those that will help you get to where you want to be, and being able to separate from those that are meant to be in your inner circle. And it's a divinely gifted, you know, method that I used, and oh my God, like it's helping so many people. And I encourage, you know, your listeners to check it out.
Actually, let's go there for a moment, because that is a great tip. And in terms of like surround yourself with the right type of vibrational people that you want to like become and learn from and influence by. What if you currently work in a toxic environment, and right now it's not possibility to leave that toxic environment? Or what if, you know, your house, right? What if your house is just full of negative, lower vibrational people that are working out their own lessons, right? And you can't leave the home. You can't leave, you know, whether it's like your mother or your father. Like, how do you almost create a safety bubble? So that you're not influence your and at the same time that you could create light, you create a safety bubble, whatever that is. Like, do you have a tip that you could share that, you know, someone can take on as a practice?
Yeah. So you know what? Well, I mean, I don't mean to brag, but I have an amazing course that helps people to go from crap magnet to miracle magnet. I teach it in 5 videos. Takes 2 to 3 hours to do, very affordable. And I teach people how to do that. And then they get the awareness that they can actually do small things in their life, even if they're working in a job that they hate and that's toxic. It's going to, just the fact that they're watching this, listening to us, and they're inspired that there's more, this is going to give them the tools. It's basically a course that gives them the tools and teachings that saved my life, that I meant to share with the world, because they saved my life. It's my duty. And it will help them to see their life differently. It's going to reframe their life so that they are going to start taking baby steps towards this high vibe life where they become miracle magnets, right? And it's possible. And believe me, I've talked to people and worked with people that were suicidal, just like I was, and it is possible to come out. It's all a question of awareness and just taking baby steps, baby steps. There's so many great tools in there. I mean, you know, one, gratitude. One you do a lot is gratitude. I actually have, I don't have one on me right this second, but I have this little gratitude, I call it a happiness hacky sack, and it's got like an emoji on it. And I get people to toss this back and forth and say something they're grateful for. So as they toss it and say something that they're grateful for, the other person tosses it back, says something they're grateful for, and just gratitude raises your vibration right away. If you go back and forth like a couple of times, you're already feeling better. There's one tool right there, right? But really, yes, it's the people in your life that matter. Oprah Winfrey said, surround yourself with those that can take you higher. And that's what's important. That's why I love being a coach. That's why I love being a mentor. I actually have a bunch of light workers that are using my system to create communities to support their tribes, other people that want to come into their community. So even if you don't have support at home, even if your friends don't understand you because now you're changing and you're awakening, you're raising your vibration and they want to stay stuck, you can become part of a community that does this work together so that you are safe, seen, celebrated, and supported to your next level of where you're supposed to be, right? And we're all here for a purpose, right? Oprah says, she's my favorite, our purpose is to connect with our purpose and to humbly serve the world with it. And so I believe that we live out of alignment when we're people pleasers. You know, as children, we give away our power. We want to make our parents happy. We choose a career for them so that they're proud. Then in society, we just want to look successful. So our ego takes over and we just go for the higher salary, the bigger car, the bigger house, you know, the better looking spouse. Like there's so much ego going on. But I say we can get off that track and just get into our authentic self zone. And that's when miracles happen. And then you don't have to work a day in your life. Like literally all the things I do are pure joy. And yeah, so.
That's beautiful. And you know, you are a full demonstration of that. You know, what you gave as a tip at the very beginning is actually take on those small steps, right? Like yourself, you know, you took some singing lessons.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
On a week, right? Yeah, you started, you know, a big part of your life, other than everything that we talked about already, is you love making jewelry. So you didn't stop yourself saying, "Oh, that's not practical." That's not practical to make jewelry. You actually created it as a business, right? Where you're infusing everything that you have into your jewelry and then spreading love that way. So there are so many opportunities and possibilities. And I love, of course, I love your advice around gratitude. I can't stop talking about that because, you know, just practicing gratitude has changed my personal life so much. So I love that. And I love that you have this course, right? That you created this course. And I know that for our audience members, is that you have like one piece of that course that you actually give away. So I appreciate you for having that. You will have the link in this email that this video message come for the course, the mini course that Elvira has for you. And I think from both of us, I'm going to say on behalf of Elvira, like we just want you to have a miraculous life, a life filled with joy, and that you're not working. You don't feel like you're at work every single day of your life.
Yeah, I want that for the world. I truly see a world where everybody is living in their high vibration, true, authentic self zone, doing what they love and being miracle magnets every day. And if I think of a world where everybody is doing that, I just start to cry. And they say, if your why doesn't make you cry, find another why. So that's the world I want to live in. And I'm so happy that I have beautiful colleagues on the same wavelength, soul sisters like you, Bonnie, that want the same thing. And I think that when enough of us want this, it's going to reach a tipping point, and it's going to be the new normal. And we can you know, undo so much, you know, of the crap that's going on in the world right now with the right mindset. And I just want to be a part of that solution. And I know you do as well. So yeah, thank you for inviting
so
me.
much for being here. And I look forward to hearing some comments from our listeners to see what you're taking on to raise your vibe.
Yes, love it. I love it. Thank you, Bonnie.
Thank you.